Hello everybody, this is Maniac4Bricks, and welcome to Maniac4Bricks. I already messed it up. Welcome to Fridays with Maniac4Bricks. This is going to be a vlog segment. I used to do this on the channel with Fridays with 13 Hammer Time 62. Fun fact, inspired by PewDiePie. I used to do a segment like that on the channel in the early days where every Friday, weekly, I would give some sort of video update on the things that I've been working on, be it mocks, videos, and so on, anything LEGO related, and might, take a while before it gets shown here, but at least you know it's in the works, and maybe a preview here and there. Sometimes there would be holes in the video, sometimes there were sig figs in the video. Back then I used to do a thing where I had minifigure pick of the week, where I picked a minifigure at random of some, in any year really, and then I would show that figure in every video review that week. But I'm not going to do that part of it. We're just going to do the part where I update you guys on weekly things. Because it's been a while since I've actually done a vlog, and I haven't really updated on things I'm doing. Because there's a lot that's going on. I have a lot of ideas for mocks. I have a lot of moving and cleaning that I've been doing to make the LEGO space a lot more enjoyable. And I want to share a lot of that with you guys in a short time. But for right now, I also had a few other things I wanted to mention. So, first thing, yes, I'm aware Bionicle is ending in 2016. You guys know I'm a Bionicle fan, and as such, I found out this morning that LEGO put up on the Bionicle page a nice letter that had to do with thanking the fans for being involved, young and old, sticking with the theme for quite a bit. And I'm just going to do my personal opinion about it in a separate video. It's a top 5 video of why I think, but don't know for a fact if it's true, why I think Bionicle is ending in 2016. Now, I haven't heard anything as far as if we're going to get another wave of sets in the year, or just even another one set, but that's all yet to be told, and I'm okay waiting for it. So, that's interesting. Second thing, I got a little bit of hate mail this morning, because after I published my review of the Ninjago Polybag, somebody's been following me from Instagram, kind of throwing me some hate comments here and there. Found his way to YouTube, and still putting hate comments in. I decided to address them. I mean, I've addressed them a few times already, and I told them to just keep away. If you don't want to be near me, you don't have to. And, well, I decided to address them on YouTube because they said something about, my reviews don't matter and it's not going to get any views or anything like that. And I wanted to point out something that I think is important. What I wanted to point out kind of ties into a question I have long yet to answer from some of you in the audience. Because if people have asked me here and there, what keeps me going with doing LEGO YouTube videos? And that's really not a rhetorical question, like you should stop doing them or it's a waste of your time or anything like that. It's more of just curiosity, like what's the passion that you have behind it? What's the motivation that keeps it going? What do you think that makes the videos happen? So I thought I would address both of those two things in the same time. Part of it is going to be the comments reply, and the other part is just a couple little paragraphs that I added in for good measure, just to explain a little bit more of what drives me to keep up with the channel. It's something I've thought about a lot of times, and I think it's a good time to address it. Especially after 4 years, you'd think I'd burn out on the idea of doing LEGO reviews and just videos in general, but I still have yet to really burn out. A few times it gets a little shaky, but I find a way to get through them. In quotes for the comment reply, while reviews are nice, that's not why I create videos. I like having creative freedom and an expression of my opinion on a hobby shared by thousands to millions of people all over the world. I've known other more successful channels reviewed this polybag a while back, and I recorded this video about 2 weeks ago. What matters to me is being involved, engaging with other LEGO fans, and just having fun, not spreading hate. Don't like me? Don't have to. Unquote. I mentioned that last part in here because I don't force you guys to subscribe to me. I don't really ask a lot from you guys except for just a comment, you know, based on the video. And I don't say things like you gotta like and subscribe and blah blah blah. That doesn't matter. The number count. I don't even know. I know I have somewhere around 1,900 subscribers, but it doesn't matter to me what the exact number is. I'm not tracking day by day and like, get me to 2,000, get me to 10K. No, that's ridiculous. You got to do it for what, you know, what it's about. You got to have fun and not do it for people. I mean, you do it for people, but you don't do it for people to like you. You know what I mean? So, not for the fame part of it. So here's the part that I added in as a paragraph additional to that. I'd also like to add that because I believe I'm helping people with my videos and helping is one of my biggest aspirations. I forgot to add an article in there. As I said recently to Kellen39 through Instagram, if I'm not helping, I'm applauding. So, you know, sometimes I'll cheer people on just for doing videos or even just having posts on various social media. People have responded in my videos, even in the early days, that my reviews of LEGO products helped them learn new things, find products in stores and at good prices, and persuade or dissuade them in buying them. I remember there being a comment for some of the minifigure case videos, like when they did it by series and had different colors on them, and sometimes they'd have base plates in them. People were like, oh, this is cool. I'm glad I, you know, caught this video to learn about it. So, that's neat. And there's even some, like, Citizen Brick had Scouting Enthusiast. Shortly after that, it sold out. But I still wanted to contact them and say, hey, do you guys still have these? Are you going to resupply them? And I mentioned that after I, you know, posted the video, you know, I got their reply. So, yeah, I'm following up with things on, you know, especially when there's a problem like that. Many a time I've stood next to CMF boxes in stores, and if someone else was looking too, I would help them out. Just yesterday I found a banana suit guy for a Toys R Us store employee, instead of hoarding it for myself. Granted, I did actually get one, but I could have taken the whole box, as some people do for whatever reasons. But for me personally, I got what I needed, and then I found that banana guy. And I let him know where to find him and, you know, how to find him. Just trying to look where I left off in the paragraph. I've engaged in trades in which I offer special items that people have had a hard time finding. I even helped my part-time job, Snapology, with taking the extra time out of my day to develop mosaic designs with basic bricks, which kids have built and rebuilt for over a year. So the idea was that, you know, as one of the programs at Snapology we had, you could have 32 by 32 base plates that you can cover with basic bricks, you know, 1x1s, 2x2s, 2x14, whatever it may be, and try to make a picture out of it. So I created a couple of designs with LEGO Digital Designer to get them inspired. But we always encourage, you can do whatever you want. These are just to help in case you get stumped. So that was something completely extra that I didn't have to do, but I wanted to do it to, you know, engage them a little bit more. And who can forget the numerous times I've identified LEGO parts between Instagram and Facebook? You guys know what I mean. My personality on social media is not an act, it's me. And I'm happy to be this way and to continue this way. I know with some people, they'll have personalities or a certain character they'll develop for a show. They may even hide what they actually look like because they don't want to be associated with that. I know that with Stephen Colbert, you know, I've heard people say, is that really how he acts? Is he really that cynical and, you know, and harsh in real life? Well, I don't think so. And he's even admitted that's just a character played for the show. And yeah, it is really just a show. It's not a news. I mean, when he had the Colbert Report, that was just, you know, rambling about politics, you know, as a comedic thing. And a lot of comedians actually do a similar thing where it's just in part of their character just to get the laugh that they're looking for, to be entertaining. So I don't do that. If I'm entertaining by chance, that's great. Yeah, but I've had a lot of times where I've messed up on things. Even in this video, you saw I messed up. And I don't really care. I mean, I'd like to improve it over time, but I'm not going to pretend that I'm perfect. And I've mentioned times before, I don't know everything, and that's okay by me. So I want to say thank you to you guys because you've been an excellent support for 4 years. However many of you are there between YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, just thank you because you've done a lot for me. You've been very helpful to me as hopefully I've been helpful back to you. And I want to jump on a couple other things. Hopefully these vlogs will be a lot shorter later on. But this one is definitely hefty on stuff because it's the first one and needs to catch up with things. So, as I mentioned before, I did pick up Series 12 collectible minifigures. Series 16, I mean. Series 16 collectible minifigures. I will be doing a haul video with that and several other items I picked up on clearance. And a pack opening video series will be in the works. I just finished recording some of them and I just need to edit them and I'll get them out over time. I may even have a whole bunch of them put out on the Facebook page, so you can check those out if you want to see them before they air on YouTube. And feel free to like them. I know it says, like, you shouldn't like this video because it's unlisted. No, it's fine. I'm personally okay with it, because I know some people aren't. I've also recently reviewed some other LEGO sets, including the LEGO Juniors Police Helicopter Chase, and I will be getting reviews for those out at some point. I also have a couple of reviews, as I mentioned before, still on backup. Even a whole bunch of hauls are still on backup. And I keep making reviews and hauls and other kinds of videos, and I just kind of get held up on doing some of them because I do a whole bunch at once, and then it's like I need to spread these out, but then I do a whole bunch more, and they just get pushed to the back of my head and the back of my library of videos. So I'm sorry to those who I may have traded with or bought stuff from that they haven't shown up in hauls in a while, but I still have it recorded. It just needs to be published. And I'm also hoping to do a lot more as far as mocks go. For right now, I have some ideas for a baseball-related mock, a tennis-related mock. The Bionicle mask wall is still in process. It's mainly just a slow accumulation of parts in order to make something substantial. I'm not going to do an update where I add a whole nother row. I'd rather add a whole nother wall, or even half a wall. So that way it's something significant you can see is developing. And that's why I haven't done a video for that in quite some time. Collectathons, I have had a whole bunch of ideas between Hot Wheels, video games, because I need to do the ones for the Wii U and the Xbox 360. Wii U is also including the Wii stuff. And also, on the LEGO side of things, I've had ideas for ones with Pharaoh's Quest. I don't remember if I did Power Miners a while ago, but I could do that if I haven't done that already. Perhaps collectible minifigures, because I still have to, find all of them. They're in bins, and I need to put them all together and do an update. I used to do a collection video for that, and that was really cool. Last April, I believe, I did an update video for that, and that was really neat. But I'm going to need a lot more table space because there have been a lot more figures since then. So I'll have to figure something out, and you'll see it on YouTube. So, or on Facebook. You'll probably see it early there in case there's a whole bunch of videos going on now. As I mentioned before, I'm going to be publishing the video that I have about top 5 reasons why I think Bionicle is canceling. That's going to be coming up today. I'm also working on the Brick Theorist videos. I actually published one earlier this week on somewhere between Tuesday and Wednesday. I published a video that had to do with identifying the Brickster outside of Lego Island. So this is really cool. Be sure to check that out on the Brick Theorist channel. It's actually a lot easier doing it that way because then it invites more people to be in the community. You know what I mean? Because I could have kept that idea to myself, but I wanted to get people involved, to get people engaged, and, mostly volunteer as far as doing this stuff. We do have a little bit of an order to it, just so there isn't a big rush of videos and there's a little bit of formality to them. But for the most part, it's done in a volunteer way, and people are really enjoying it. So we're hoping to have more content for that soon. I'm actually working on a video right now that has to do with the top 7 voted Lego video games, people's favorites. So that should actually be coming up today on the channel. So check those out. We'll see you later. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoy the vlogs in the future. So, see ya!